And they heard the sound of the Lord God, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" And he said, "I heard the sound of thee in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." He said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?" The man said, "The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me fruit of the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this that you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I ate." Hi, everyone. I'm going to start that over. I know you saw me speaking. My name is Allison Mondell. I am the director of EA Ensemble for Medieval Music, and I'm so excited to welcome you here today and to invite you to take a few moments with me to explore the amazing world that is Hildegard of Bingen and her music. The passage that you heard was one of the most iconic moments from the book of Genesis. And indeed, it's the kernel of the theme that really constitutes this whole fall season that we have planned for you, where we hear about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden and the woman, Eve, who was beguiled, in this case by the serpent. This song that I want to introduce you to today is an antiphon that Hildegard writes responding to this very passage. And in Hildegard's theology, which is rich and layered and deep and mystical, we hear an entire vision dedicated to the fall, this fall of Adam and Eve, of humankind. And it's so amazing to me that in one single piece, she encapsulates so much emotion and intensity that is captured in an entire vision here in one antiphon. And it's my delight to present this antiphon for you. So, what I would like to do is introduce you to the poetry. This poetry of this one piece that you'll be able to see here. Cum erubuerint infelices in progenie sua. In this text, I want to walk you through this just a little bit, and then I'll for you. So this antiphon is one of a pair, but it's fairly brief, and it's composed in the Phrygian mode, one of the most recognizable modes in Hildegard's oeuvre. She is very, very fond of composing in this mode. But what you hear and what you see is really a praise, a call of praise to the Virgin Mary. And within all of the songs that Hildegard devotes to Mary, we see reflected that of a vision of Eve. And in this case, Eve is not mentioned by name here in this song, but she is she is one of the pair of parents, our first human parents, and indeed the first mother. So here we hear not even the name of Mary, but we know that she's calling out and praising to her. So let me walk you through this line by line. If you follow along here, the Latin, cum erubuerint infelices, while the reddening unhappy ones, erubuerint, reddening or blushing. And we can think of the emotion that causes this, infelices, of the unhappy ones, in progenie sua, of the offspring, theirs, of their offspring. So we know that the unhappy ones are the parents, and here we're talking about the offspring, all of humanity. While the parents, as we heard in that passage from Genesis, are in deep shame, in deep hiding and covering in fear. Procedentes in peregrinatione casus, going forth, walking forth, proceeding in wandering exile of the fall. Casus here is an important word. Casus meaning fall. And so here we have the opening of 3 lines of this antiphon. We hear about, Hildegard sets this up for us to understand the nature of the shadow of humanity from the very first parents. But here she then presents this contrast. Then, tunc, tu clamas clara voce. And then you, Mary, clamas, cry out clara voce, in a clear voice. Then you cry out, modo, homines, elevans, that the way of man, or of humankind, homines, elevans, is elevated or lifted up, uplifted. De isto malicioso casu, from that malicious fall. So in this language, this symbolic language of Latin, there's so many interpretations here. And that's the beauty, I think, of this language. And it's something that I've fallen in love with through my studies and through my work in medieval music. But what we really have here is a way of sensing within the symbols of words the deep emotion that is tied to it, and the imagery that Hildegard wraps in as well. And what I invite you to do is to hear how the musical setting overlays with the text, because indeed, this is one of the most incredible gifts that Hildegard gives us, and is one of the greatest pleasures in interpreting her music. If you are interested, I placed a link to this song, the sheet music of this song, in a post, hopefully in this post, but you can find it on our website or on our Facebook page and in our YouTube channel if you're watching from either of those places. That I want you to feel free to go ahead and download that. It is a way for you to be able to read in a modern notation as close as we're able to associate the modern notation to the medieval notation. So go ahead and grab that. It's yours, and go check out the other songs that are there too as part of the Symphonia series. The Symphonia are the group of songs that Hildegard wrote, but it's an abbreviation of the title that she gave to that group of songs. And here, everybody, is the antiphon. I invite you to follow along as you're able. There's the text, and to be able to hear the way Hildegard magnificently sets this beautiful, beautiful antiphon. Erubuerint, infelices, in progenie procedentes in peregrinatione, casus. Tunc clamas, voce. Modo, homines elevans, isto malicioso. Thanks for coming, everybody. Let me offer you a joyful day, and I hope you'll join us for some of our other events next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a roundtable conversation with some of the leading women in medieval music. And of course, for our final performance on Friday, November 20th of our Beguiled program. Thank you so much. Have a very beautiful and blessed day. Thanks for coming.